Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nikolai. Huge news for Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicle fans or GameCube fans. We just got word today that they're going to remake Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I am all for this 110%. This game originally came out in 2003. I played a ton of it. The only issue I had was trying to find more people to play with. It was not online, so you had to get people to come over to your house. What was cool about this game was that you actually used a Game Boy Advance for the controller. You could plug in a link cable to your Game Boy Advance, and the other end plugged into your GameCube. You could look at the Game Boy Advance screen, and you could see like the dungeon map, maybe some of your health, and some other information too. Really, really, really cool game. Here's the cover of it. If you're like, well, I think I might have played it, this is what it looks like. So check it out. Typical Final Fantasy-esque, graphics, different races, stuff like that. How I found out was on Twitter. Twitter is so important. Final Fantasy tweeted out, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition is more beautiful than ever and coming to the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 in 2019. So that's pretty far away. We don't know if that's January 1st or December 31st. Who knows? But it says, this trailer represents a game currently in development. The final game will feature text in English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish, and audio in the English language. Double thumbs up. I love that. Please give me audio in the English language. I don't mind reading, my textbooks for school or stuff like that. But when I'm playing video games, please just say it. Don't make me read it. So that's awesome that they're doing this. Here's a little bit of footage. Before we get into it's not necessarily footage, it's just a picture, but use your imagination. I'll explain. Before we do that, I just kind of want to go over some of the races. There wasn't a large amount of races that you could pick from, but there was 4. So there was humans, there were smaller people, they were better at magic, they did a little bit more magic damage. There was humans with cooler hair, and then there was demon bird people. I made a character for each just to try it out, and they all varied a little differently, between magic damage or healing. So that was really cool. I loved that, where they give you the choice. It's if I want to be a healer, I know that these are the best for it, and then that's what I can focus on. Or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, I know that these aren't the best, people that can take damage or tank, but I want to pick that just for the extra little bit of challenge and kind of prove myself. So I've always really loved that about Final Fantasy. Here's where the Crystal Chronicle thing kind of comes in. So you can see this circle, right? There's this color and then there's this color. Everybody's in the circle, and that is by design. So it was a 4-person cooperative game, and one person needed to carry around the crystal. There's a thing called miasma. Consider that rock. And then in order to fight the miasma, you need to collect this crystal stuff. Consider that paper. Crystal beats miasma. So what you're doing here is you're traveling through dungeons as you beat bosses, complete levels. You get more crystals, and then that ultimately, defeats the miasma taking over the world. This is a cool screenshot because you can see there's health bubbles. There are different spells being casted, Cure, Blizzard, stuff like that. There's different races that are being played. So there's a lot of factors to it, and I found it to be a very fun game. In my opinion, the 2 biggest problems I had was trying to get people to come over to my house and play. I don't think I ever actually got to play the game with all 4 people, which was a little disappointing. And the other thing, too, is it's not the most heroic role, but someone needs to carry this crystal. So, let's say, there's someone who's I'm not really confident, I'm kind of got back into it, took a long break. Cool. You get to carry the crystal. You're coming with us. We all stay in the crystal, and we all travel as a pack. I love that. It really kind of hones in on, that team aspect. One thing I'm a little concerned about is there needs to be a communication method. So for PlayStation 4, you figure there's a headset, you might be able just to start a party and communicate. For the Switch, I hope there is some sort of headset. I really don't want to be having to type out to people. Having a headset is so crucial. In Final Fantasy 14 online, I love that game to death, but we have a Discord server where we chit-chat. It's just communication is so important, especially for tough boss battles. I don't have time to type out to people. I'm sorry, this big green thing is trying to kill us, and I'm trying to tell you what we need to do to win. So I need to be able to do that quickly and efficiently. So hopefully that worked that out. And another thing too is because of how important that crystal is, we may find some trolls, right? Either the trolls either run away with the crystal, or they don't move, or, if communication lacks, oh, the pizza guy's here, let me just get up and walk away. And then the other 3 people are literally stuck there. They cannot move from that little space. So, that's stuff that's going to need to be worked out. A report feature would work fine, I think. But I can't stress enough how important communication is. I read a little bit of information, too, on VentureBeat.com. And it just kind of goes over like the release date and a little bit about the controller that I described earlier. So I will definitely have all of these links in the description below if you want to check it out. Let me know if you played this game back in the day, and let me know if you'd be willing to play in the near future. So I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.